All right, traders, tomorrow's going to be a crazy day for the stock market as it's Friday. If you are trading the same day expirations on the option contracts, make sure you scale back in your position size and let the bigger percentage returns do the work for you, as the wins and also percentage losses are going to be greater into tomorrow. With that being said, I'm going to show you how to trade the best setups at the best prices. I'm also going to be recapping the trades that I ended up making today towards the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. It's going to be a great lesson. Let's get right into it. So if you watched my previous video toward the end, I was explaining to you how, UVXY, how VIX, they were all filling the gaps. There was a gap to fill right here on the VIX. You could see it closes the gap. It has a reversal. It comes back up to fill this gap. Once it fills this gap, it starts to have a reversal. And the VIX now has a gap to fill right here at $26.10. So heading in tomorrow, here's the deal. VIX is having back-to-back gap close reversals. SPY is having back-to-back gap close reversals. So in terms of market direction, I am bullish. I am micro bullish heading into Friday. And my main play and main focus and what you should keep an eye on are the stocks that just got beaten down massively. The retail sector, keep an eye on stocks like K, keep an eye on K, keep an eye on Costco, keep an eye on retail stocks, keep an eye on maybe meme stocks. But for me, my number one play and my main interest in terms of tomorrow is going to be the SPY, but mainly Tesla. I'm mainly interested in Tesla. So in terms of, being bullish, being bearish, these are the reasons why, mainly in terms of price action and chart. SPY recently bottomed at 385. It rocketed all the way to 410. We have a gap to fill above at 408. It's trying to form higher support. The higher support that's trying to form right here is at 391. So in terms of what we're looking at on the SPY and what we need to see happen, you could see it is slightly going up here during extended hours, during future hours trading session. If we can get a clean break, above this 392 level tomorrow and hold 390s, I could see SPY going to at least 395, 396. I'm very bullish heading into tomorrow. If it has a massive gap up already, then I'll be wanting to buy towards the previous closing price, towards 390. I would say right around 390 is where I'd be interested in buying calls. So those are some of the reasons why I'm overall bullish, why I'm overall long bias. There was a gap to fill right here at 392.34. It filled the gap. Right now, it's attempting to turn it into support. It's been holding the recent 52-week lows, trying to form higher support. It looks like it's setting up for a little squeeze here. We're due for a little micro spike. And in terms of the VIX looks really bearish right now. The VIX does not look good at all. This looks extremely bearish. If you look right here, like I said, we have the gap fill right here on the VIX. It fills the gap. It rockets to fill this gap right here. Once we fill this gap on the VIX at 31.77, you could see right here, it has a reversal and it starts to come back down to fill the next gap that's waiting to fill below. You got a gap to fill below right here at 26.10 on the VIX. It looks like heading into tomorrow, it wants to go back down to fill the gap below, which is going to cause the SPY and cause these stocks, as it's the inverse, to really rise up. It's going to cause the SPY to really break out, to really spike. What's the highest I think SPY can go to tomorrow? I would say around 396, right around there. So overall, I'm bullish. I'm looking for an entry. Now, my top play and my main interest is Tesla. I think Tesla can have a very nice day. And this is what I want to bring awareness to in terms of Tesla. So out of all the stocks on my radar, the main one that I'm really interested in trading tomorrow is just going to be Tesla. I had a really good trade on it today, which helped me almost go green on the day. I'll be recapping the trades here shortly. So, in terms of Tesla, you can see right here, this is a very strong stock. Most stocks have cracked that February 24th low. Even SPY, Tesla is still holding up. Eventually it's going to crack, but it's still holding up. This is a very micro bullish stock at the moment. So it bottomed at $700. It rockets, right? It bottomed at 680. It rockets the next day to 787. Friday's about to be crazy, and the bulls are pissed off for the micro because they've been getting slaughtered. So with that being said, this bottomed at 694. Again, higher support like the SPY, like some stocks from their May 12th lows. So it's trying to form some higher support. So the key for Tesla to really run tomorrow, for this to really break out, in my opinion, We need to turn 725 into a support level. If we can break above 725, turn it into support level, it's really going to start to run. What I like about this setup in terms of Tesla is we have a gap to fill above. You can see right here, it almost filled the gap. It partially filled it. We had people playing puts on that. Partial gap close reversal, and then it got slaughtered. It went from 760 all the way down to 703 in one single day. It has the price action. It has the momentum. It's due for a pump. You could already see the pre-pump attempted to come in today as it rocketed to 734 from a low of 690s. So heading in tomorrow, my game plan is to buy the big dips. Buy the big dips. 709.42 is going to be my key level if it holds up there. Key breakout level, like I said, 725, 720, 725 is the key make it or break it level. If we can turn that into support, we should really start to rock it to try and fill this gap at 761.61. Once Tesla can fill this gap, if it reacts as a resistance, I'll be very interested in playing some put options. So that's the game plan. I'm keeping it very simple. My top watch, my main trade for tomorrow is just to kill Tesla. That's what I'm planning to do. I want to buy big dips on Tesla towards 709.42. Again, we need the strong bullish confirmations, but the way I see it is we're due for a gap fill play. I mean, this is just a prime example. Look what happened right here. See how it gaps down, it fills the gap, it sells off. Then it starts to gap back up, rip back up. Like overall, we're due for a gap fill play. Tesla has this gap that's waiting to fill. You can see the strong channel, right? From 680s, from 690s with the higher support. You see the strong channel where it likes to rip back up towards the previous closing price, rip back up towards the previous closing price. We have a gap to fill at 761.61. So within time, that's where I see it heading for micro bullish. Obviously for the macro, very bearish. I think for the macro, this is going to sell off to like 570, 540 for the macro, but micro we're due for a pump. So that's the game plan, keeping it very simple. And yeah, that's what I'm really going to be focused on. In terms of the options, I'll be staying at the money in terms of the contracts with same day expirations on those. So HRB puts, this was the leap option trade that I took yesterday. It did start selling off at the peak. I was up 20% today. Right now I'm up 10% on these. So for this one, the key is, this is what I want you to understand. We're in a channel. I got some macro leaps on this. I'm playing it super safe. I got the July 15th $33 strike. I'm in at like $2. Right now they're at $2.35. Playing it super safe on this one with the expiration. So for us to stay bearish for the micro, we just have to stay under 34. If we could just stay under 34.05, like there's a little gap right here to fill at 34.05. What I've noticed is it's kind of detached from SPY, which is kind of good. It's detached from the overall market direction. There's a gap to fill at 34.05. And one thing to note is when stocks get extremely overbought and extremely oversold, they tend to kind of detach from the market for the micro direction. They do kind of tend to detach from the market a little bit. So they can kind of tell you in a sense where the market could be heading in advance. Like when Tesla was ripping up today, SPY was kind of going down, and then SPY had the delayed reaction and ripped up. So follow that. Follow stocks that are oversold and overbought. They're going to help tell you in terms of where the trend direction can be as well. There's always those delayed reactions. But in terms of HRB, I just want you to understand our overall channel is like $32 to $34. That's our overall channel right now. Support 32, resistance 34. That's like our overall, not really watching the stock, not micro trading it. We're just holding the leaps, right? That's our overall channel, right? So there's a gap to fill 34.05. There's definitely a possibility within time before cracking 32 that we fill that gap. It's definitely possible. If we do fill that gap and if it reacts as a resistance, I will be adding into my puts. I'll be extremely bearish. If it breaks above 34.05 and turns into support, it's going to shoot up to 35. There is also a gap to fill above at 37. So that's the key level in terms of adding. I did add today towards market open when this was at like 33.50s. But in terms of overall direction, it's sitting in the middle of the channel. It's forming lower highs. It's looking kind of micro bearish. We really need to crack, once we can just turn 33 into resistance, we're going to be on track for 31.90. 31.90 will probably have a little bounce off of for the micro. Once 31.90 cracks, hard sell off to 30.50. In terms of key profit takes on these leaps, the key profit takes are going to be right here at 30.50 and then right here at 28.50. Those are the two key levels where I'm looking to take in profits. If you want to aim for a smaller win, then $32. For the micro, I would encourage you to take in some at 32. So you could take off like 30% here at 32, take off like 40% to 50% right here at 30.50, and then just leave a small 10-20% on to ride it for 28.50. Overall though, my main target on this is $30.40. Not trying to be too greedy, but that's where my overall main target is on that. Those are some leap put options, passive income play. I don't care about the micro. If it goes back and forth like a bouncing ball, if it fills the gap at 34.05, I think we'll be fine as long as it reacts as a resistance level. So that's it, guys. I'm keeping it super simple into tomorrow. There's a lot of stocks to be watching. The main one that I want to play, and like I said, the way I want to play it is if we gap up, like Tesla currently is gapping up during extended hours, right? If we have this big gap up, I just want to kind of wait for a big dip. I really do. I want to wait for a big dip in terms of, what's a big dip for Tesla? In terms of tomorrow, I would say a big dip would be 15 points is a good level to kind of start scaling into. 15 points, 709.42 would be the best. But yeah, 15 to 20 point dip. Look to buy calls. That's kind of my game plan heading into tomorrow. We got a gap to fill above at 761. We're due for a breakout at 735. Extremely micro bullish on Tesla. Very micro bullish for SPY. If we could turn 392 into support breakout, we're going to be looking at 395, 396 in terms of today. So into Friday. So yeah, and then keep an eye on the retail sector as well. So to quickly recap my trades, I had a rough start in terms of the morning, got quickly stopped out back to back. And then I had a very good comeback with Tesla, but still right on the day. The portfolio is down about 3% on the day. With that being said, I'm just going to kind of quickly go over the mistakes I made. So from the watch list, I went with Affirm puts. It just didn't work out. But if I would have held a little bit longer, they would have printed. So I bought these puts a little bit too soon. That's something I've been doing lately in terms of market open. I have been getting squeezed buying towards the middle of the channel and not towards a double top at resistance. At 9:36 a.m., I bought the puts. It was a $24 strike with the closest expiration, which was tomorrow, I believe. And, I bought the puts. Let's go to the 1 minute chart on Affirm right here. So I bought the puts right here at 9:36 a.m. So it wasn't the best entry. It was okay. You could see right here, the reason why I bought is because it had this green to red move. And I told you guys, if we can go green to red and crack 24.50, I think we're going to start to sell off a bit. And then as it ripped up about 70 cents against me. I sold my puts for 20% loss on the contracts. I got in at $1, got stopped out at 80 cents. That was the $24 strike. If I would have just held a little bit longer, they did print. So that trade would have ended up working out very nicely as this did go. You can visually see right here, if we pull up the strike, let's see. It was it the 24.5? Let me double check this. 24 May 20th. Okay, so let's see. Affirm. And May 20th, there we go. I was on the wrong expiration. So this did work. If I just would have held a little bit longer, it formed a very nice double top, nice fake out. You could see right here. So at 9:35, this is where I got in. I got in when it was at $1 right here. They dipped to 65 cents. I sold at 80 cents, and then they ripped to $1.37. So it could have been a 20 to 30% quick gainer within minutes. But yeah, that was a quick recap on that. Just stepped out too soon on that. So in terms of the next setup, the next one is going to be VERU. The mistake I made with this one was I bought puts at not a good price. I was buying puts when this was at $14, not a good entry. I didn't stick to my plan. I didn't stick to my rules. It had a red day, which is bearish, but I didn't get it at the previous closing price. Like I said, the previous closing price is the best price to buy puts. And of course, the previous closing price when it hits VRU sells off and the puts would have printed if I just would have waited for the previous closing price. One thing I did do right is I got stopped out very quickly, very, very quickly. I literally sold these 2 minutes before it blasted off. This was a quick 20% loss as well. There was a lot of support at 1370s. If we can crack 1370s, we're going to see a crash to about 13. That's where the next support level is. If it holds 1370s, like it was doing right here, it's going to rip up like it did yesterday to fill the gap. There was a gap to fill at 1501. So as soon as this bounced off of 1370s, and then right here, there was resistance at 14. Once it started to break above 14 and turn that into support right here, I got out because I know if it breaks above this resistance and it holds 1370, it's going to rocket back up to fill the gap. So I got out super quickly. And as soon as I got out, just minutes later, those puts took a big hit. But the strategy did work. It had a gap close reversal and then it sold off. It's just I wasn't trading at the previous closing price, which is the best price to be trading at. Same thing with SPY in terms of SPY puts. SPY topped out twice today at the previous closing price, Nice quick scalps where you can make a quick 20 to 40%. And then in terms of my trade of the day, Tesla. Tesla was my trade of the day. It almost got me green, still down 3% on the day, had the first red day of the week. In terms of Tesla, this was a very nice trade. I traded this twice. Back-to-back wins. The second one was a small win. This was a bigger win. 10:17 a.m. I bought Tesla calls and then I sold them for a 25% win shortly after. Why did I buy Tesla call options today at 10:17? So let's just go right here and let's just click on 10:17. So 10:17 right here. Why did I buy calls right here? I was looking at some patterns. We had very strong support on the daily in the 680, 690s. It was forming higher support. And I was studying, when Tesla crunches up like this towards open, when it crunches up like this towards open, when it crunches up like that at a key support level, it likes to spike. It really does. It likes to spike. It likes to rocket. It likes to spike. So I was looking at the 5-day, 5-minute chart, and basically it was the main thing right here. When it crunches up like this at key support, it likes to have a little 15, 20 point spike. So that's what I was seeing in terms of that. And I was telling myself, you know what, if this can turn this previous closing price into support, if it could start to break out, it's going to run. And then it really started to run. I sold too soon. Those calls went up, I think 60, 70%. I got out for 25% win. But that's overall recapping the trade, guys. I'm telling you, tomorrow's going to be a phenomenal day. So I gave you my overall game plan. We're gonna crush it tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's going to be a good green day. Tomorrow's going to be a great day within Trader Society. With the game plan I have for Tesla and SPY, mainly going to be focused on these SPY calls. They should print and they're going to be cheap as well, ideal for small accounts because same day expirations. So yeah, tomorrow should be a great green day. I'm looking forward to it. The market's going to be crazy and I see a very good game plan here for Tesla, also for SPY, but I'm mainly focused on Tesla. So that's going to wrap up this lesson. If you do want to join us, it's the first link down below in the description. You get lifetime access, instant access as soon as you join, as soon as you sign up. Live trading streams every single day at Market Open. You get to watch me trade these options, trade these stocks live at Market Open, see my portfolio, see my chart analysis in real time. I'll answer your questions live on spot within the chat. You also get lifetime access to the real-time trade alerts, to the chat room, and there's a lot more to it, man. There's networking opportunities. We got a great team. We got a great community that's dialed in on these gap trading strategies, and we really do have a great group. We have some 6-figure traders, some 7-figure traders, one 9-figure trader. So yeah, there's a lot more to it. You also get access to the video lesson library. So if you want to check it out and if you want to, see all the information, it's the first link down below in the description. Once you're ready, you can sign up and join us. Tomorrow should be a great day, guys. I'm looking forward to trading with you at Market Open. The watch list will be sent out in the pre-market. I will see you guys till then.